My name is David Foote, and I am a professor in the Management Department in the Jones College of Business here at MTSU. I am also President-elect of Phi Kappa PHi's Executive Board. Welcome to the MTSU Chapter of Phi Kappa PHi's Spring 2022 Initiation Ceremony. We hope that you will share this occasion and celebrate the love of learning with your family and friends near and far. This initiation ceremony is to recognize your tremendous academic achievements and to show our appreciation to outstanding faculty and staff who have helped you along the way. To begin, I want to extend special thanks to Provost Mark Burns and to our academic deans, all of whom provide much support to our chapter. Again, thank you for joining us for MTSU's Phi Kappa PHi Spring 2022 initiation.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Phillips, and I'm the Associate Dean of the Honors College at Middle Tennessee State University, where I'm also a professor of English. I serve as the immediate past president of Chapter 246 of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. The badge of the society is a globe against the background of the sun, whose rays form an expansive corona and radiate in a number of symmetrical and equal concentrations from behind the globe. These signify equivalence among the various branches of learning and represent dissemination of truth as light. Encircling the globe is a band containing the Greek letters Phi Kappa Phi. It symbolizes a fraternal bond that girds the earth and binds the lovers of wisdom in a common purpose. The seal of the society features a badge at its center. The badge is surrounded by a crenellated line that represents the battlements and walls of ancient Troy. In the space between this line and the periphery of the seal appear 3 stars just above the badge, one for each of the 3 original chapters. Below the badge is the phrase, founded 1897. The ribbon of the society is a meander pattern that is common in ancient Greek art and symbolizes the classical features of the society. The first word of the Phi Kappa Phi motto is philosophia. For historical reasons, the society translates this Greek word as the love of learning. The second word of the motto is kriteto, a verb meaning to rule. In our motto, the word has the form of a strong exhortation that calls on us to let the love of learning rule. The last word of the motto is photon. This word occurs in ancient Greek poetry and drama with reference to the mortals in contrast to immortal gods. In our motto, it refers to all humans, women and men, so we translate it as the word humanity. Thus, in saying the Phi Kappa Phi motto, Philosophia Criteto Photon, you are calling on yourself and others to let your lives be ruled by the love of learning.
皆さん、はじめまして。レイチェル・ブーと申します。MTSU の学生で2つの専攻があります。日本語と英語を勉強しています。日本の文学に興味があって、特に俳句は面白いと思います。よろしくお願いします。Hello everyone, my name is Rachel Boer, and I am an Honors Transfer Fellow here at MTSU, as well as a Student Vice President of Phi Kappa Phi. And I am here today to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Ben Sawyer. Dr. Ben Sawyer is a Senior Instructor of History at MTSU, where he has taught since 2013. His research focuses on the history of capitalism and communism in the context of the US-Soviet rivalry. From 2010 to 2012, he lived in Moscow, where his work was supported by a Fulbright grant. Since 2016, Dr. Sawyer has collaborated with Bob Crawford of the Avett Brothers on a podcast titled The Road to Now to help share the value of history with a general audience. Dr. Sawyer and Mr. Crawford's conversation with Annette Gordon-Reed was selected as Ken Burns' top podcast moment of 2021, and The Road to Now was selected as one of Reader's Digest's 12 political podcasts to keep you informed in 2021. Without further ado, Dr. Ben Sawyer. Thank you.
It's an honor to be here today as both the guest speaker and initiate of Phi Kappa Phi. In my 9 years on faculty at MTSU, I've had the privilege of teaching and mentoring several members of the society. I would like to thank all of you who have said a kind word to someone about my classes. All of the best things that have happened for me at MTSU have come from my students. Phi Kappa Phi's motto, "Let the love of learning rule humanity," is a powerful series of words. love, learning, humanity. For my short time on this earth, I've found that these are the things that give life meaning and keep us young. As I've told my students for years now, if you ever find yourself overburdened by youth, there is an easy solution. Stop learning. Decide you know everything you need to know right now. Decide that anyone who does things differently or who disagrees with you is wrong, and become angry. Allow that anger to overtake love when you encounter others. Cease to find the beauty in those around you, and you'll have no use for humanity. Allow the spirit to wither away, and the body will soon follow. In the meantime, though, that body will probably be sitting in a chair in a living room watching their favorite cable news network and yelling at the TV. So I humbly request that for your own sake and the sanity of your loved ones, you never lose sight of the guiding principles of Phi Kappa Phi. The motto also speaks to a crucial question. What or who will rule us? This is a question that has been at the heart of civilization for generations, and the answer is always dependent on time and place. Let the love of learning rule humanity suggests that we ourselves have a choice. It suggests universality. It assumes that we have the right to choose the authority to which we submit, and that the right to rule comes exclusively from the consent of those who are ruled. The privilege to hold that assumption is a gift passed down to us from those who sacrificed to make that promise a reality. It is, in essence, our inheritance. Not all our brothers and sisters are so lucky. As I deliver this talk, the ruling regime in Russia is attempting to implement a very different answer on the people of Ukraine. For Vladimir Putin, the answer precludes the question. The ideology he embraces and is now forcing on the people of Ukraine posits an essential state of being, that Ukrainians are members of an imagined Slavic past and that they belong, along with the Russians and Belarusians, in a unity bound by blood and a mythological history, and thus their natural state is unification. So while we as Americans believe that rights are inalienable, Putin has asserted that these people are inalienable from a Slavic nation and have no choice to leave. Their separation, therefore, can only be explained in Putin's worldview by some fundamental corruption. Putin has declared that this has come via an illegitimate pro-Western yet somehow also neo-Nazi regime full of drug addicts that has subverted Ukraine's natural state of being to the will of others. Thus, when he ordered the invasion of Ukraine, he expected a quick victory as the true Ukrainian people welcomed Russian soldiers as liberators. He thought that because Putin had an answer without ever asking a question. Putin's long-winded writings and speeches on Ukrainian history are meant to present Putin's narrative as, quote, the truth revealed. His conclusions are therefore not subject to critical analysis. There will be no learning here. For 6 weeks now, as Putin has attempted to force his narrative on the people of Ukraine, he has been met with a preponderance of evidence that his narrative is dislocated from reality. Has this stopped him? Not at all. It has only caused him to double down. Russian soldiers are now becoming even more violent in their pursuit of the alleged Nazis they were told had taken over Ukraine. Instead of considering that the narrative was incorrect, the only conclusion is that the Nazis have even more control of the country than Putin had first suspected, and thus therefore must be pursued with more diligence and violence. Why would you do this? Because the story on which they are operating is not subject to evidence. It is not open to learning. It was always based on an imagined and selective narrative. Putin is trying to smash Ukraine's people into a worldview in which they do not fit. It's why they won't stop fighting. It's also why Putin continues the war despite mounting evidence that he cannot win. Amidst all the tragedy, I do find reasons to be hopeful about Ukraine's future. In the years since independence, Ukraine's sense of identity had been leaning towards the type of exclusionary ethnic nationalism that is at the root of this current crisis. The Russian invasion has created a new historical moment that will likely define Ukrainian citizens' vision of themselves for generations. And, as fate would have it, the invasion has elevated Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to the level of a national hero. The fact that Zelensky is both Jewish and a native Russian speaker means that Ukrainian identity will likely be more inclusive and open in the future. That matters because these are important foundations of a thriving community. In the same respect, I see good cause for my optimism about our own country's future. The fact that so many Americans are concerned about people they've never met in a place they've probably never been reminds us that even as our citizens seem to be perpetually divided, what unites us is far more powerful than our divisions. I want to leave you with this final note that I hope you'll carry with you. As a community that exists within the university, we may first think of Phi Kappa Phi's motto in academic terms. Its value, however, transcends research and creativity when we consider that applying this principle to our fellow citizens promises good results. We currently live in a world that provides us with unprecedented access to life in an information bubble. I'm proud to have friends from across the political spectrum. And when I hear them talking about people on the, quote, other side, their depiction frequently departs from reality. Apparently, all of my liberal friends hate white people and want to reestablish the Soviet Union in the United States, while all of my conservative friends want to shoot everybody and reinstate slavery. This is ridiculous, because of course it is. It didn't come from the people we're talking about here. They got these stories from people on their side of things who tell them these stories because they need them to stay separated and divided to stay in power. This division is so effective because it makes you think you know another person's story before they even have the chance to say a word. The one thing, though, that you know better than anyone is who you are. You know your own story. So when someone else claims to be an expert on that topic, you are well positioned to know that they are wrong. The problem is that when you embrace these ideas, you approach others as if you know their story before they even have a chance to speak. What if, though? What if you let the love of learning rule your interactions with others? What if instead of telling them who they are, you ask them who they are? What if instead of letting anger guide you, you opened with love and a willingness to learn who they are? The act of asking a question about someone else is, in essence, an act of love. It says, I care about you. You matter. I can't help but think if we pursued our lives in this way, that this could make a difference and at least make things a little bit better. I wish you all the best of luck in all your endeavors. It was an honor to be asked to speak here. Thank you so much for having me.
Hello, my name's Laura Clippard, and I am the Awards Officer for MTSU's Chapter 246 of Phi Kappa Phi. I joined Phi Kappa Phi as a junior in college in 1987, so I'm a long-term supporter. Being initiated into society, you are becoming a member of an active platinum level chapter, whose members have successfully completed in a wide range of national awards, including the Phi Kappa Phi Fellowship, Literacy Grant, Love of Learning, and the Study Abroad Awards. In the past 10 years, over 18 MTSU students have been selected for national scholarships through Phi Kappa Phi. The Love of Learning grants have been used for ESL training and conferences. Study abroad grants have ranged from Japan to Austria. And lastly, many Phi Kappa Phi fellowships have funded important graduate school work, including medical school, chicken research, English, and physics. An example of a student who fully utilized Phi Kappa Phi was Robert Owen. Robert was a graduate in May of 2019 with a bachelor's degree in biology, and he used his $8,500 for medical school at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, New York. Owen is a good representative of MTSU. He said to us, I did not pursue medical college to make money, earn prestige, or gain self-serving power, but rather to be a well-equipped public servant dedicated to relieving the pain of the person right in front of me. Our faculty and staff have also received recognition. Dr. Weil, Dean of the Honors College at MTSU, was the 2020 recipient of Phi Kappa Phi Distinguished Award. He received it for teaching, research, and public service. Each chapter can nominate one student to be considered for the Phi Kappa Phi Fellowship. And this year, we're pleased to recognize Maria Height for her nomination, and the runner-ups are Elizabeth Clippard and Molly Scott. Each student will receive a certificate with cash award from our chapter. And as you can see, we have a long, strong track record when it comes to students receiving national recognition for their love of learning. I encourage you to make the most of your membership while you are here at Phi Kappa Phi and consider applying for many of the Phi Kappa Phi national scholarships.
I'm Judy L. Bakri, advisor in the Honors College at MTSU and membership coordinator of the MTSU Chapter of Phi Kappa Phi. The bylaws of the MTSU Chapter of Phi Kappa Phi, operating within the framework of the Society's bylaws, specify certain conditions to be observed in electing persons to membership. These conditions are summarized as follows. Senior undergraduates shall be in the upper 10% of their class in each college or division. Juniors are drawn from the upper 7.5% of their class. Graduate and professional degrees are also eligible for membership. Faculty, administrators, professional staff, and alumni who have achieved scholarly distinction also qualify for membership. Congratulations to everyone who has achieved this high honor.
My name is John Weil. I'm a member of Phi Kappa Phi and Dean of the University Honors College at MTSU. As initiates, you receive a certificate of membership as well as an emblem in the form of a pen. Each of you will also receive a subscription to the Society's publication, the Phi Kappa Phi Forum magazine, along with access to a variety of benefits and services that are designed to assist you throughout your academic and professional life. As a Society member, you will be eligible to compete for numerous scholarships and awards valued at more than $1 million annually. Members of our chapter have received many of these awards, including the Phi Kappa Phi Fellowship, the Love of Learning, Literacy, and Study Abroad scholarships. Let me remind you that once you are initiated into the Society, you will always be a member of Phi Kappa Phi. However, to be classified as an active member and to continue to receive its many benefits, you will need to pay national dues annually. You are urged to maintain active membership not only as a means of personal fulfillment, but also as a way of helping to sustain the prestige and support the activities of your honor societies. We also sincerely hope that you will support your local chapter of Phi Kappa Phi at MTSU. Our special faculty initiates are Professor Jeff S. Gibson, Dr. Dawn McCormick, Dr. Benjamin Sawyer, and Dr. Stephen Sprick Schuster. Undergraduates from basic and applied sciences include Jana Abu Rama, Hunter Brady, Jonas Farmer, Mark Lowe, Katie Marlin, Nicholas K. Morgan, Ross Sibley, Momo Takata,
James Williams.
Undergraduate initiates from behavioral and health sciences are Aaron Carpenter, Connor Covington, Ashton Hoover, and Riley Grace Weaver. Undergraduates from the Jones College of Business are Sophia Dorning, Brandy Gallipo, Diana Gomez, and Lynn Plunkett. Undergraduates from the College of Liberal Arts are Lily Adair, Anne Marie Cannon, Daniel Gagliardi, Cassandra Hazard, Lindsay Jones, Emily McMillan, and Sophia M. Roberts. Undergraduates representing media and entertainment are Grace Hasselbrink, Sierra J. Kelso, Patty Richards, Mady Spraker, Winter Wingfield. Undergraduates from the University College are Rosie Allen, Christina Linderman, Matt Manning, Molly Ray Mim, and Miriam Shahada. Those from the graduate studies include Anna Altman, Kelly Babb, Dylan S. Bogle, Meredith K. Bryson, Andrew M. Burton Sr., Alexis Cameron, Charles Camp, James Cassidy, Jeffrey Chu, Daniel Clark, Emily Connor, Manus J. Donahue, Lindsay Mapes Dugan, Winter Elder, Aman Faruqi, Alexa Good, Lori Grant, Lawrence D. Grizzle, Macari J. Harrison, Hannah Hartman, Adam Hicks, Aaron Hopkins, Christy Jesonik, David Waming Johnson, Muriel N. Langham, Clayton Mayfield, Michael J. McIntyre, Zachary W. Melton, Ida Menza, Angela D. Morrow, Stacy Neiman, Micah Lynn Ponce, Mark Prittis, Cheryl S. Pryor, Michael Roden, Donald L. Rickey, Jessica Roseberry, Brian E. Rowe, Sawyer Michael Small, Zahira Smith, Mary Beth Stiffley, Darren M. Swenson, H. Brandon Whitehead, and Daniel Williams.
Hi, my name is Jared Frazier. I'm a Senior Buchanan Fellow and Student Vice President of Phi Kappa Phi. I am honored to recognize a group of people who have helped you reach this place in your academic career, your MTSU faculty and staff. We asked you to name someone who has been most influential in helping you reach your academic goals, and many of you responded. These individuals have guided your research, given you opportunities to make presentations, taught you to question, to analyze, and to apply what you have learned, and to make contacts with employers for you. Perhaps you have gone further than you imagined you could, because these individuals thought you could. We are fortunate to have so many caring and accomplished mentors at MTSU.
Hi everybody, my name is Emma Beard and I am one of our chapter's student vice presidents. This past year, I've been studying abroad in the sometimes rainy region of Normandy, France. I'm currently standing on the ramparts of the Castle of Caen, which was built by William the Conqueror in the 11th century AD. Behind me is one of the beautiful churches in town, which was built starting in the 13th century AD. While studying here, I've loved having the opportunity to learn the French language while being immersed in the culture and being surrounded by so much history, like the castle, that church, and the D-Day beaches, which are a short bus ride away from campus. I've also loved being able to stay connected with my MTSU campus community, partially through Phi Kappa Phi, and I congratulate you on being initiated into such a prestigious honor society. You're being inducted into a vibrant chapter of Phi Kappa Phi, and it's been awarded once again the Platinum Circle of Excellence Award by the National Office for its high level of service and activity. We invite you to be active members of our chapter and participate in upcoming events and activities. We also invite you to check out our Instagram and Facebook pages for updates and videos, photos, and news. We also encourage you to check your email regularly for updates from our chapter regarding local and national scholarship and service opportunities. We'd like to thank the University Honors College for its continual support of our Phi Kappa Phi chapter, which has been active on our campus for over 30 years. We've had many students receive national scholarship and fellowship opportunities, and that's due in part to our partnership with the University Honors College. We'd also like to thank Wendy Watts for coordinating this event, and we'd like to thank Clark Wilson for putting together our video for our virtual ceremony. In conclusion, I'd like to charge you to be worthy of our society's motto, let the love of learning rule humanity. I congratulate you and wish you well.
By virtue of your superior scholarship, by virtue of what you have achieved and who you are, a combination of qualities that led to your selection by this chapter of the society, it is now my privilege to declare you to be members in good standing of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. May you continue to merit this high honor, never complacent, ever seeking the realization of the Society's motto, let the love of learning rule humanity. Congratulations to you all.